Howdy, y'all. This is Paul, the Redneck Thinker. What we have here is a channel to communicate. I want you folks to be thinking by the time you leave my videos. Why? Because I'm tired of people talking via what other people tell them to think. So, watch my video and enjoy the chance to think for yourself. Oh, and if you don't mind, like, subscribe, comment. And I've got a link tree down below that's got my social media, and it has my Patreon if you want to help out. Thank y'all. What happens to judges when they violate a person's constitutional rights? That should be a question that everybody has, because this happened in Kansas. Reno County, Kansas District Judge Trish Rose has been found by the Kansas Supreme Court to have violated the Sixth Amendment rights of representation of defendant Brennan Trask. He was in her court for murder trial and had problems keeping a lawyer when he was told he had to represent himself. He did have a lawyer for part of it, but not in a real representative way. Now, guys, the Sixth Amendment says, in all criminal prosecutions, the accused shall enjoy the right to a speedy and public trial by an impartial jury of the state and district wherein the crime shall have been committed, which district shall have been previously ascertained by law, and to be informed of the nature and cause of the accusation, to be confronted with the witnesses against him, to have compulsory process for obtaining witnesses in his favor, and to have the assistance of counsel for his defense. Seems like a clear-cut case because Trask did not have a real lawyer present. The lawyer that was present was just as a surrogate for Trask whenever he wasn't in the courtroom. So, how do we deal with this? So let's get into what happened. Now, Brennan Trask was brought before Rose's courtroom for the murder of Jose Morales during what was supposed to be a drug deal. Morales was bending down to get something from a safe when Trask shot him. Trask claimed that the August 2015 shooting was an act of self-defense in which he also shot at others who were at the house. He shot at them, but he didn't hit them. During the trial, Trask was appointed 11 different lawyers to represent him. The last one was the one that was the surrogate, not a real lawyer work. Some asked to be let go because they said they couldn't work with Trask, and others said there was a conflict of interest. During the trial, Trask was uncooperative and refused to go to the courtroom several times. He kept saying his rights were being violated. Well, he wasn't allowed a lawyer. Well, a lawyer of his choice. I don't know what his problem was. The court case was 4 years later, so it's not like he would have been on drugs at that point. I haven't been able to really find what made him be uncooperative with all these people and the judge and everything, but it's still uncooperative. There are lawyers that can deal with uncooperative clients. Okay, so the Supreme Court ruling. Here's what the Kansas Supreme Court had to say. Based on the analysis below, we conclude that the district court violated Trask's right to counsel under Sixth Amendment to the United States Constitution. Because the violation of this fundamental right constitutes structural error affecting the trial mechanism, Trask is entitled to reversal of his convictions for first-degree felony murder and criminal possession of a firearm, and the case is remanded to the district court for a new trial. We also conclude the district court did not violate Trask's statutory right to a speedy trial, and the evidence was sufficient to support Trask's felony murder conviction. Given remand for a new trial is required, we find it unnecessary to address the balance of Trask's claim on appeal, i.e. whether the district court erred in certain respects during the retrospective competency proceedings, whether the district court violated Trask's constitutional right to testify, whether jury instruction on self-defense was legally appropriate, and whether the cumulative effect of the alleged errors violated Trask's constitutional right to a fair trial. means that Trask will be retried, though the wording to the court was that there was plenty of credible evidence for the conviction. They also said the case was not in violation of the speedy trial section of the amendment, though it did take 4 years to conclude. Well, part of it was the lawyer situation. More than likely, he'll be reconvicted. By the way, I've got all the research for this in the Substack down below in case you're interested. It'll be there for you to read. Now look, Judge Rose, I don't know what was going on with her. I don't know what was going on with Brennan Trask, but one, I would think that this would not go back before Judge Rose, but it makes you wonder. This woman has been in this court since 2014, so 10 years. Why would she be allowed to violate this gentleman's rights? And for that matter, why is it that he was being so uncooperative? It seems like there needs to be some work done on so many different ends that this case just, it seems weird. But at the same time, she shouldn't have violated his Sixth Amendment rights. End of story. The Constitution, the federal Constitution has a specific way to do things. And violating them is not good, especially by a judge. I mean, it makes you wonder how many other times, because I couldn't find any, that this judge has violated people's constitutional rights. Maybe she just got frustrated. Maybe this is a one-time thing. But it makes you wonder if she should be investigated, and then at that point, maybe she should not be reelected to the court, because the district court judge is a elected position in Kansas. There's a whole lot of questionable stuff going on there, and man. But folks, this has been Paul, Redneck Thinker. I thought I'd just bring this one to you because, well, it seems kind of odd. And maybe some of you folks from Kansas, if hopefully I've got some folks from Kansas that are going to pay attention to this, tell me if you know anything about this. I'd be mighty interested. This has been Paul, Redneck Thinker. Have a good day. Bye. Folks, I just want to say thank you for listening. I want to thank you for taking your time. I want to hear what your comments are about what you think on this topic, because your comments are what's important, not necessarily mine. I don't care if you're Republican. I don't care if you're conservative. I don't care if you're liberal. I don't care if you're Democrat. I want to hear your opinion on these topics. I want to thank you yet again for listening to my video. Like, subscribe, and all that other hoopla. This has been Paul, the Redneck Thinker. Y'all have a good day now. Bye.